Welcome back to Sip Happens, the podcast where we talk about life, love, and everything in between. Today, we're diving into a topic that's kind of a part 2 of episode 1, which was the importance of friendship. So, now, let's talk about choosing friends in adulthood. Recently, I watched a podcast of Joyce Pring and her husband Wancho talking about friendship. For sure, everyone is familiar with "Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are." Hindi ko to naiintindihan nung bata pa ako, but now I get it. If you observe the people you surround yourself with, eventually yung kabuuan mo as a person is a mix of all their traits. Yung mindset mo, yung fashion mo, yung outlook mo in life, and everything. And so it's important to choose the people who you let in. Now I know we've all been there. When we were younger, we thought everyone we got to spend a few talks with was our friend. Hindi pala ganon. Nabasa ko before, we should learn to address the people around us as colleagues, orgmates, classmates, and etc. Because not everyone is a friend. Malalim pala yung meaning ng term na yon. And a few days back, ma-share ko lang, nabasa ko yung isang FB post. Sabi niya, yung father niya may sakit ngayon. When he was younger, he used to have a lot of people he hung out with. Almost every weekend daw may ganap sila. And now that he is older, he's sick and he's in the hospital, none of those people even checked on him. Ang sad, diba? So, today, I want to talk about why the word friend is not for everyone. First off, let's talk about the quote I shared earlier. Tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are. Pansin mo ba na yung mga kaibigan mo, yung totoong kaibigan mo ha, may similarity sila sa'yo. Nabanggit ko rin yung pwedeng yung style, yung mindset, yung way of thinking, yung humor, or baka religion, pwede rin. Marami pa rin ibang factors. And usually, the people we surround ourselves with are the people in the same wavelength as us. Mahirap kapag hindi kayo vibes. It's harder to make friends as we get older because now we have specific qualities that we look for in friendships. But here's the thing. Choosing friends as an adult isn't about just filling a space. It's about finding people who genuinely add value to your life, who get you, and who bring out the best version of yourself. So, how do we do that? Let's break down. The first one. Nag-breakdown. First nating i-check or isa sa mga checklist is to assess your priorities. As we get older, our time and energy become way more valuable. So, before we start inviting anyone into our lives, we need to take a moment to reflect on what we actually want in a friend. Are you looking for someone who shares your interests? Or do you need someone who challenges you to grow? Or are you in a phase where you need support? Or do you want to meet someone who'll just make you laugh until you can't breathe? The clearer we are about what we want, the easier it becomes to identify those people who will bring positivity and joy into our lives. I personally have multiple circles of friends, and each circle has someone who supports me emotionally, someone who challenges my beliefs, someone who effortlessly makes me laugh, someone who I get inspiration from. Meron naman ding someone na dedicated to spend their leisure time with me. And now, if ever I would make new friends, I know what I'm going to look for. So, assess your priorities. Number 2, look for depth, not numbers. In our teenage years, na-experience natin to, we might have been obsessed with having a huge group of friends. But as we get older, we realize that the number of people in our life doesn't matter. It's the quality of friendship that counts. I'm talking about the people who are there for you when you're going through a rough patch, who make an effort to keep in touch, and who are not afraid to be real with you. It's all about deep, meaningful connections. You don't need 50 people in your life. You just need the right ones. Kaya hindi lahat ng nakakausap natin ay friend na agad natin. A friend is someone who is with you in both good and tough times. Number 3, don't be afraid to let go. Ito medyo mabigat, or hindi medyo mabigat siyang statement. And here's a hard truth. Not all friendships are meant to last forever, and that's okay. In fact, letting go of a toxic or draining friendships is one of the healthiest things that you can do for yourself. We've all had those friends who just, take, without ever giving back, or those who make you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. If you're exhausted after spending time with someone, or if you're no longer growing together, it might be time to reevaluate the connection. Cutting ties isn't about being petty or being mean, it's about making room for people who truly lift you up. Pero let's mention din naman yung effect sa atin if we ever cut ties with people. Hindi naman siya yung baliwala after. You would feel sad and from time to time you would miss them, not because you cut ties, hindi naman ibig sabihin you don't care about them anymore. Well, siguro depende sa reason ng friendship breakup nyo. Lalim na friendship breakup. So anyway, overall naman, it would feel heavy sa side nung nag-let go na nauna. Kasi sometimes, our guilt would, play a trick on us. Papaalala sa'yo na, hindi, ikaw naman nag-give up and everything. But this is a reminder that if you did that for the sake of not hurting the person in any way or for your own peace of mind, okay lang yun. Kaysa naman magkasakitan lang kayo dahil hindi na kayo connected, diba? And if ikaw naman yung nilet go, okay lang din. Take the memories with you, move on, and we can always have the space left for people who belong in our lives. So that's number 3. Number 4, make time for new connections. As much as we all love our existing friends, sometimes we need to go out of our way to meet new ones. Maybe that means taking a class, kunyari, mag-master's degree with other people, mag-join sa hobby group, or maybe simply just saying yes to social invitations more often. I know it's easy to get comfortable in your routine, but if you really want to expand your circle, you've got to put yourself out there and don't overthink it. Friendships don't always have to be this grand, soul deep connection from the start. Minsan, it starts with grabbing coffee with someone you met through a mutual friend, and over time, it blossoms into something special. And I have a friend na na-meet ko through a common friend. So, shout out kay Apo Langkawan na nasa Vietnam ngayon. Ato na ha. We met in 2015 or maybe 2016. Hindi ko na maalala. Matagal na. So, around that time na meet ko siya sa work, and over time, we became really close. Happy ako na yung common friend namin is someone who lets her friends be friends with her other friends. Gets ba? Hindi niya pinagdamot na maging friend ko din yung friend niya, and because of that, our circle grew. I think having other circle of friends is healthy. Hindi tayo dapat magselos na may iba silang nami-meet other than us. Hindi ka ba masaya na may ibang taong nakaka-appreciate ng friend mo other than you? Na may ibang nakakarinig ng rants na pwedeng makasuporta sila in a different way other than the support that you give them? Di ba mas nakaka-happy naman din yun na ay, kaya nilang ibigay yung ganong klaseng suporta kasi and deserve ng friend ko yun. Something like that. So kung totoong kaibigan mo naman yan, hindi yan mawawala sa'yo kahit gaano pa kadami yung ma-meet niya along the way. So that's number 4. Make time for new connections. Number 5. Be real and vulnerable. Here's the thing about real friendship. It's built on trust and vulnerability. In adulthood, we don't have the luxury of pretending that we've got everything figured out. So it's important to show up as your authentic self. No one's life is perfect, and we all have our messes, our flaws, and our challenges. So when you're meeting new people or deepening friendships, just be real. Let them see the imperfect parts of you and trust that the right people will accept you for who you truly are. And when they open up to you, listen to them. Empathy is a huge part of building lasting connections. This may take some time for some people, but if you already have this established relationship with your friends, from time to time mapag-uusapan naman talaga yung mga problema natin sa buhay. And sometimes, we need someone to hear us out. Hindi naman kailangan laging may advice sila sa atin or tayo sa kanila. Minsan kailangan lang natin na may makikinig. And ma-remind tayo na sip happens. Naka-segue. Pero, in all honesty naman, I'm very grateful for the people who trust me with their vulnerabilities, and I really appreciate their courage to open up and for trusting me with something that other people may not know about them. Kaya, binavalue ko talaga yun. Number 6, remember that friendship is a two-way street. Making friends in adulthood isn't just about finding people who are, same wavelength, click kami, vibes kami, hindi naman ganun lang. It's also about putting in the effort. Friendship requires nurturing. So, text back, make plans, check in with people, and don't expect someone else to do all the work all the time. It's a two-way street, and who knows, baka inaantay ka lang din ng friend mo na ikaw naman ang mag-initiate nung next meetup nyo, di ba? Pareho dapat kayong willing to commit to your friendship. Now, before I wrap up, I just want to say that it's okay if you don't have a ton of close friends. In fact, it's often better to have small, tight-knit group of people who truly get you than a bunch of surface-level acquaintances. So, as you move through adulthood, take the time to choose your friends wisely, because the right people will show up and they will make your life so much richer. And with that, I'm going to leave you with the questions that I want you to think about. Who in your life do you feel most mali? Who in your life do you feel your truest self when you are together? And who are there for you when the road gets a little bumpy? Sige, isipin yung maigi. Sino ba yung mga unang tao? Mga unang tao. Sino yung mga unang yung naiisip from your circle of friends na, ay, siya to, ay, siya yun. Diba? Isipin yung maigi. So, thank you so much for tuning in to Sip Happens today. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Pwede rin kayong mag-comment. Let me know what you think about your friends and how you feel about your relationship with them. Until next time, take care, make good choices, and as always, sip responsibly because Sip Happens. Thank you so much for tuning in to Sip Happens today, and I hope I see you in the next one.